Hello everyone. So for my today's recipe I'm going to be making chili chicken wings. So for that I'm not oven baking this one, I'm cooking it in the stove. So it's a different kind of procedure. So stick with me and see how I cook this. I'm gonna start with olive oil and oil the pan up. And now I'm gonna wait for the pan to get heated up, and it's already kinda hot because I already preheated the pan. So at this moment I'm gonna start adding my chicken wings to the pan, and as you can already hear the sizzle. So here I got a lot of chicken wings because it's for a big festival that is called Eid al-Adha. So that's why I'm cooking for the whole family, and then there's some guests that's gonna be coming at our house for the festival. So that's why I'm cooking quite a lot, so the quantity will be more. So that's why our spices and everything has to be more too. Okay, so I already put my chicken in there. Now I'm gonna start moving it around because I don't want the chicken to stick to the bottom of the pan. So I'm gonna just mix it around a little bit and let all the wings just get heated up and then brown. Okay, so right after I put the wings in, I have to add salt. I'm gonna be using pink salt. So I'll need a decent amount for this recipe because there's a lot of wings right here. I'll give my hand some rest. In the meantime, I'm gonna just stir the chicken around again. I'm gonna go back to salting again. That should be good enough because this is pink salt, so it has a more saltier flavor than normal salt, so I don't have to put as much as I would put for normal salt. Okay, so as you guys can see, the top of the lid is like watering up, so you can see the bubbles on the top of the lid. So at this time I'm gonna remove my lid, get back into stirring the pot. As you guys can see that the meat is like kind of getting brown. So I'm gonna stir this for around like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna add our first ingredient. As you guys already noticed that I barely use any oil because the chicken has fat, so the fat will provide us enough oil to cook the whole dish because there is a lot of chicken pieces right here. I want to make dishes that taste good but also is healthy at the same time. So as you guys can see that the color of the chicken has changed and it's looking more brown. So at this moment I'm gonna add a sauce which is called the Worcestershire sauce, but it's basically like kind of a soy sauce. So if you don't have this kind of sauce, you could just use normal soy sauce in it. And wait for the bubbles to appear on the top. After that happens, we're gonna come back and stir it again, and then I'm gonna show you guys the other ingredients. So as you guys can see, the bubbles have appeared, so I'm gonna remove my lid. As you guys can see that there is water, but we didn't put any water, right? because this came from the chicken, and it's because the salt we put in the first, that's just helping the chicken to get all this water out of the chicken, and this just helps the chicken to boil. At this point, our main ingredient, because this is chili chicken, so our main ingredient will be chili powder. So this will also give us the color and also the taste, because it's chili chicken, it has to be spicy. So if you guys don't like spice, you should still try it and tell me how it is, because it will be delicious. So for this recipe, I'm gonna be using the extra hot chili powder, red chili powder. So I'm gonna put quite a good amount because I want it to be spicy, and there's nothing such as too spicy for this dish, because as you guys know, this is chili chicken. So I put like, I think it was my 4th spoon, so I'm gonna put like 5 spoons of chili powder in the pot. And now back to mixing again, and now we gotta remember to mix all the chicken and then spread out the powder evenly and nicely and get the color everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 more spoons of the extra hot powder. The bubbles have appeared again, so I'm gonna remove my lid. And now I'm just gonna focus on stirring the chicken properly and then putting all the spices. Now we're gonna move on to our helping spices. That will be the helping hand of our dish, so the dish is not just spicy and then there's some other flavors that's coming through. So first of all, I'm gonna use garlic powder. I'm gonna put a good amount. And following the garlic powder, I'm gonna put some ginger powder too. Less than I put the garlic powder in it, because the ginger has like a really overpowering taste, so I don't want the ginger to overpower the dish, right? Now we go back to mixing it again. I'm gonna put just a touch, like a really small amount of sesame oil, just a little bit. We never want to put too much sesame oil, because that has a really overpowering taste. That can make a dish, or that can also break a dish. So I don't want my dish to be broken because of the sesame oil, because a lot of people gonna eat this, right? So one of my favorite ingredients, which is cumin powder. The first one is black pepper, obviously you guys know that. So cumin powder, I'll put 2 of these spoons right here, just to lift up the flavors even more. And as you guys already can see that the color already has transformed. So to make it even more prettier, we're gonna add some paprika, and that just gonna give it that reddish color, because the dish has to look really red, because it's called chili chicken, so it has to stick by its name and look a certain way there. So at this moment, after I put all my ingredients in, now I'm just gonna let the chicken sit in the pot, and as you guys can already hear the water bubbling, I'll let that happen until the water starts to dry out a little bit, and then I'm gonna start mixing it again, stirring the chicken around and everything, and then I'm gonna put some other ingredients that I have to use for this dish. So as you guys can see how nicely the color of the chicken has transformed into a reddish color. You can see how nice it's looking already. And one secret ingredient that I'm gonna use would be sriracha. You could just use any kind of chili sauce. This one is available at my house right now, so I'm gonna use just a tiny bit of the chili sauce and just nicely put it on top of the chicken, and this is gonna give it a more brighter color and also a good flavor. Right, now we just keep mixing. The water that came up, which is basically like a gravy now, it's drying out. So at this time I'm gonna put my stove from medium to medium low and keep it there for the rest of the dish. Which will be like really soft and juicy and also tender at the same time. It will be delicious. So let's wait for 8 minutes. So that's my end product after 8 minutes. So as you can see, it's looking really good, and I think you'll have a really good time once you make it and enjoy with your family. So you should all try it at home, and stay tuned for future recipes with me.